Hello everyone. Today I am going to be talking about the sensations that you experience and the pains that you can experience, or what I am experiencing anyway. I mean, everyone's different, but the pains that I'm experiencing, the sensations I'm experiencing, and the ways that people describe it and how I describe it, to be honest, because there's this generic thing that people say, oh yeah, no, it feels like pins and needles. Neurologists and MS nurses and everyone describe it, oh, it's like pins and needles. That's the closest and easiest way of being able to describe it. That's all it is. It's not that. It's not pins and needles. Someone that's completely full, normal body, no MS and everything, when they get pins and needles, it feels nothing like that whatsoever. But it is the closest way of describing it. Now, in my left hand, I have that typical pins and needles explanation, but very, very dull, but continuous. Does not go ever. And there's a hell of a lot of numbness. It's like the sensation in my left hand is not great. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's not good at all. And there is that continuous, non-stop, day and night, numb, tingling sort of sensation in my hand. Now, when it goes to my legs, that's very different altogether. Unlike my hand, my legs they are painful, and the tingling is a hell of a lot more noticeable. It's a lot more intense. The loss of sensation, absolutely, all the time. There's a loss of sensation. You can feel your feet constantly, but it's not what it would normally feel like, or what it used to feel like. But with the pain, it gets a bit annoying. But I'm on a lot of pain medications to try and deal with it, trying to counteract it, but it doesn't really work that well. The tingling is significantly more intense for me, especially than my left hand. Now, I have got a little bit in my fingertips on my right hand, but when I say a little bit, I do mean a little bit. I can notice it when I touch anything. Like if I rub my fingers together, I can notice it more than, because I didn't have that. That's a fairly new one. Well, I say that I noticed it first about 5-6 months ago. Because I didn't have it before, even though I had everything else. I didn't have that one in my right hand now, but that's fine. I still use my hands. I still use my hands to do things. You know what I mean? Certain things like doing up buttons and stuff like that can be quite tricky, but even still, you just sort of carry on, and eventually it will be done. I had optic neuritis last year, like I've said a number of times. That came on, and when that came on, that was. So it kind of, how can I, kind of like a pressure behind the eye. It felt like pressure behind my left eye. It wasn't painful, to be honest. It was annoying, to say the least. It had a little bit of pain behind it, but it wasn't anything to even mention, to be honest with you. It was tiny. It was more of an annoyance. Yeah, that wasn't exactly great, but it came on really quickly. It really did. It was within about 3 or 4 days. I couldn't see anything up my left eye. But then within 2 weeks, it had calmed down to the point that my vision wasn't good at all. It was blurry, but I could see. I was lucky. That's all I can say. I've seen some people and spoken to some people where they've been like they had it for like 10 months. That's just the longest I've heard, to be honest with you. There might be people out there that have had it longer, but that one girl couldn't see out of her eye for like 9 or 10 months. So I was pretty lucky. It only lasted 2 weeks. Yeah, when you speak to neurologists and everything, they always say about the pins and needles. They obviously don't have MS. Well, not the ones that I've come across anyway. And with that, it's kind of a bit of it is an easy way of describing it in some ways, but that's not what it's like. It isn't like that at all. But everyone's got their own Everyone's got their own thing. Some people out there would have different, well, pretty much everyone out there's got different symptoms to me, different severity of symptoms. I don't know. Could be worse, could be not as bad. I don't know. But in general, it's not the best way of describing it, but it is the easiest. Okay. Yeah, I just thought I'd do another little entry. See you later, guys.